Alrighty, hey guys, and welcome back to Remember11. So, I'm taking a break, I've slept, I'm back, it's time to read some more visual novel stuff, it's time to get more fucked up, because I think we're going to get into the mindfucky part of this visual novel today. So, what happened last time, if I remember correctly, is we were listening to, Satoru, who was speaking through Cocoro's body, on the voice recorder, and Cocoro, he was trying to explain the soul was after his life, but then Cocoro exchanged personalities, and we didn't get to hear the rest of it because, you know, plot reasons. And we've come back, and I think the last message said something about it was all dark and everything, and now it said, and I felt a sharp pain running down my left arm, as if it was burning. So obviously something bad is happening. Huh? I screamed, not knowing what was going on. What? What was happening? My heart was beating quickly. Because of the pain in my left arm, I wasn't able to think. What was happening? It hurts. What does it mean? Why is it so dark? Where's the electricity? It hurts. Somebody. The inside of my head was falling into panic. I finally noticed that my posture was weird. I'd been standing until just a moment ago, but now I was crawling on the floor as though groveling. Had I fallen over? But moreover, this pain was no longer a laughing matter. It wasn't on the same level as the pain you feel just from bumping into something. My eyes caught something in darkness. Was someone there? I couldn't tell. I couldn't decide whether there was a person, whether there was anyone there or not, because my eyes weren't adapted to the darkness. It looked like someone was there, it felt like no one was there. I was so agitated that I couldn't even tell. I had to run. I instinctively thought that. I didn't know what it was, but right now I felt like my life was at risk. I endured the pain and crawling away on all fours, I made my escape. I reached a large window that faced the terrace. There I finally noticed that I was now inside Sphere. I transferred again. A faint light shone in from the outside. Honestly, I feel like the game shouldn't do those cutscenes whenever we jump, just so we can, as the player, be unsure of what world we're in. Though then again, that's saying that they won't do it in the future. They might do it in the future. Maybe they're doing it now just so we can get an idea. But I really would have enjoyed it if we were confused ourselves. I deliriously bit on the window. I have to run, if I don't get outside. But I didn't know how to open the window. I timidly turned my head, and turned my head a little behind me. Engulfed in grey, the lamplight didn't even reach the inner part of the living area. None of the places I glanced at had any sign of people in them, but they may have been just hiding. What should I do? It was dangerous to stand there. Gotta run. Is this... I feel like we're jumping to different points. Because... I don't remember which point it was. I think it was the second time we transferred to Satoru. But it ended with a blackout, and then we jumped back. But then when we jumped back after that, we were okay. We were just sitting at a desk. So, when we jumped and we were sitting at the desk, was that before the blackout? And now we've jumped back and this is a continuation of the blackout? Or is this just another blackout? And now we're living through it and not Satoru? I don't know. Where is it the safest? Run to a private room. I'll go to that. I'll take refuge in someone's room. If I lock myself in and bar the door, I should be able to escape my pursuer. Whose room? Satoru's room. I didn't stop to consider anywhere else. In this situation, I couldn't trust anyone. Keeping a sharp lookout, I made for Satoru's room. Closing the door, I lock it behind me. I should be safe now. Just as relief had set in, my fear... Just as relief had set in, my fear from before began to return bit by bit, and I crumbled to the ground, my strength drained. I couldn't put any power into my torso. My body quivered. With the spell of tension broken, the pain in my left arm began to sharpen. Softly touching it, I felt something slippery. It was blood. I'm gonna guess this is Yukidoh-kun? I jumped. Someone was in the room. It looks like him? just a little bit. It's a robed figure, and if I'm right about my theory, I think Uni's the robed figure. Who?
It's me.
That voice, Utsumi-san? Oh, yes, that's right. Damn it, I messed up. Wait, what? But she's wearing a robe, it looks like. Like, I can only see it slightly from where I'm sitting, but she looks like wearing a robe. Is something wrong? It's terrible. Just now. I stopped mid-sentence and hurriedly snapped my mouth shut. Why is Itsumi in Satoru's room? Yukidoh-kun, what happened just now? What's wrong? She just took the hood down, I think. Oh no, she's moving closer. Oh no, she's not wearing a hood, it's just a normal sprite, now that I think about it. It's just, she's tall, so I didn't realize. The presence of the one I recognize as Itsumi moved. She was walking towards me. What do? Should I run? Can I trust Itsumi? What if Itsumi was the one chasing me? She would have had plenty of time to sneak in while I was running towards his room. I couldn't deny the possibility that she's the pursuer waiting to ambush me. But if the reverse was true and Itsumi wasn't the culprit, if she left this room, she would be stepping directly into the path of certain danger. Yukidoh-kun, are you okay? Itsumi's presence pressed in further, now almost right in front of me. What do? What should I believe? I don't know. I shut my eyes tight. Oh. It seems the power's been restored. What? I slowly opened my eyes. Just as Itsumi had said, the electricity was back. To my eyes, which had become accustomed to the dark, it was blinding, so I shielded my eyes with my hand. The clock on the table entered my field of vision. 7:43. Because Satoru had said please check the time, I'd unconsciously become sensitive to the presence of clocks. Had it been about 10 minutes since the transfer? So if that was the case, the last transfer happened at 7:33. Yukidoh-kun, what's wrong? Itsumi's face went pale and she rushed over to me. I inadvertently tensed. You're bleeding! I looked at my left arm as well, and was profoundly shocked. My, or more accurately Satoru's, left arm was dyed in deep red. Not only that, there was drops forming in my fingers that dripped onto the floor. Many bloodstains had already formed there. I grew dizzy. It felt like I was going to be anemic. Anemic is basically fear of blood, for anyone that doesn't know. My left arm already felt like it was burning. The pain reverberated through my whole body. We have to treat her right away. Wait here, I'll go and get the first aid kit right away. Separating from me, Itsumi quickly made to leave the room. I panicked and grabbed Itsumi's arm, pulling her back. Wait! If you go outside right now, you'll be in danger. Itsumi turned back towards me with suspicion. That is... Silence enveloped on the room. Is that you, Fuyukawa-san? Yes, it is. I had to say it. Right before I came here. Just before the personality exchange happened is what I mean. Yes? Someone was chasing me. That was from my hand. Someone, you say? I don't know who, I didn't see the face. Itsumi stayed silent. She was probably contempting who the criminal was. Other than myself and Itsumi, only Uni and Ibushi, Hattori, are currently in Sphere. Seeing as I was attacked, I'm obviously exempt, meaning it was one of the remaining three. Uni's probably only a child, and he's a really good kid, so there's no way he's attacked me. That's why I'd like to think. But I don't have any proof. I think in a wary corner of my mind, the child called Uni is somehow unnatural. I'm just gonna do a little talk here. I feel like when a game points out a lot of things about a certain character, that it's probably misleading. Like, for example, by the way, if I sound a little weird, my nose is very clogged up, sorry. But the game first pointed out that Uni is an elementary school student, and then it pointed out that the girl Kaiko killed an elementary school student. Then they connected the point that they would have been the same age as Uni if they'd survived. So that's a similarity. Then they've brought up the fact that Uni's in both areas when she switches. Then she's pointed out that, what do you call it? That she seems unnatural. And there was some other stuff as well, like, one of the choices being an angel. I didn't find that a little weird, But after all these weird similarities, that choice was a little weird, so I can't wait to choose that option later on, see what happens. But I feel like if a game does that, or anything that does that, it's misleading. It's meant to make you think there's something wrong with this person. But this game, it just, not only because it was made very, like, long ago, 2004, but also because of how it goes, I feel like it's actually meant to be doing this. I feel like it's doing this because it's true, but it's not the only thing happening. I feel like there's something else. So Uni is most likely not normal. It's most likely some kind of angel or something worse. Whether he's good or evil, I don't know. But there is most likely something else going on. And it's probably going to become that. It's probably going to be that plot twist that we're not going to be able to guess because it's so fucking random. Like, for example, Yuri's actually a god or something. I don't know. I'm kidding. But yeah, I think Yuri is most 100%ly not human. And he's most likely either being controlled by someone. Like, for example, he's being told to do all these things. Or something else. It's just this game speaks of it so bloody much. It seems possible. Anyway. Come to think of it, we were reunited. He said, I wanted to see you and... Wait. That's the Uni of the shelter cabin. It isn't the Sphere Uni. But are the Uni in the mountain hut and the Uni in Sphere even the same person? Even related to Uni was full of mysteries. I think of him as a really good kid, but he might possess something I'm not aware of. As for Inabushi and Itsumi, there's even more suspicious than Uni. If Inabushi Kaiko wakes up, that would mean the awakening of the murderous monster. On the other hand, it seems really strange for Itsumi to have been in Satoru's room. Nah, I was trying to have babies with him. Oh, well, okay. Can't wait to see my life as Satoru then. I mean, what? I took a good look at Tsumi. Hi! Wait, yeah, she says hi, like... Oh, she's screaming, okay. I almost let out a scream. Tsumi's palms, her palms are... Whoa! Covered in blood. What? As I thought, was she the one who took a quick inventory of the room? I didn't see anything especially out of place. There weren't any knives, blood, or anything lying around. But... I don't know. Could this kind of woman really have done it? Something so terrible? Couldn't even picture Itsumi brandishing a knife. So, goddamn, I gotta suppress that. Itsumi seemed to notice that her hands were covered in blood as well. Taken aback, she looked at her hands. No, this isn't... This was when I pulled you, I touched your arm, so... I haven't said anything yet. Itsumi's face grew resentful. I can tell what you're thinking, even if you don't say it out loud. From the look in your eyes... The atmosphere of the room instantly soured. Itsumi and I stared fixedly at one another, both of us standing stock still. Hey, as if she was trying to say something very difficult, Itsumi's timid voice cut in. Your memory of being chased, how clear is it? What? No, I was caught up in the moment, so I can't say it was clear. But what are you trying to say? I wonder, what if you were really being chased? I was bewildered. I wonder what she's talking about. Yeah, maybe Satoru was chasing her. Don't get angry, just listen, okay? I wonder if it's possible that you're thinking you were being attacked was just a hallucination. This girl always keeps on making up excuses for things. Like, personality exchange. Oh, it's DID. I can understand how that one can be mistaken. But, we're bleeding, and our heart was pumping, and we feel like we're being chased. That's not a hallucination. Seriously. God damn it. I got angry. There's no way it was a hallucination. It's a fact that my left arm's wounded. Exactly. Then who was it that injured me? You. What? It was you, wasn't it? There's no way. If it wasn't you who caused the injury, it might have been Yukidoh-kun. In other words, it appears that Itsumi's trying to say that Satoru had cut himself. That can't be, I'm sure it was. Certainly, I didn't see anyone. There isn't any proof. However, I don't think Satoru would cut himself. Besides, he told me. seems someone is after me. Are there any signs that indicate Satoru was cutting himself? Itsumi shook her head as if troubled. No, I don't really know. Which means it could very well have been in boot. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, this is a little theory that I had to begin with. But I'm starting to wonder who Itsumi is. She doesn't seem like she's meant to be here. Like, she seems like she's a motherly figure, but at the same time, she doesn't seem like she is taking care of us. If that makes sense. Like, she doesn't seem like she's one of the people of the Institute that take care of everyone. She just seems like she's another patient. It's just that she's a motherly figure. But if I'm right about this place being some kind of hellhole for Kaiko, is Itsumi here because she's connected to Kaiko for some reason? Like, maybe Kaiko is just some normal girl. Maybe with DID, I don't know. But Itsumi is the real villain? Maybe? I don't know. Inabushi Kaiko. In other words, Itsumi wanted to say it was Inabushi Kaiko. Yes, Inabushi was a rare example of a natural killer. Also, we make a point that she's a killer. We make a point that she's murderers in a feed. I've never even seen my character or anyone call Kaiko anything but bad. So once again, it feels misleading. If I'm trying to find out who attacked me, it's true that she'd be the most likely suspect. If she were, it wouldn't be weird for this sphere to be turned into the stage of an unprecedented tragedy. I probably had a really serious look on my face. Itsumi gave a kind smile as if to relax me. We don't really know anything yet, so it isn't good to go recklessly suspecting someone. Moreover, we have to hurry up and treat you. Itsumi unlocked the door and opened it just enough to peer outside and see what's happening. There isn't anyone especially suspicious looking out there. Oh, this is Sarah talking. There isn't anyone especially suspicious looking out there. Come on now. The figures of Uni and Satoru were in the kitchen. Our tenseness caused both Itsumi and I to give a start when we saw them. Either of them may be the one who attacked me. If I tried to act calm, I couldn't help but be aware of them. However, I didn't see anything as equally suspicious. Of course, they weren't holding knives or anything. There weren't any traces of blood splattered on them.
Satoru, what's wrong?
Uni said in exaggerated astonishment. It was only natural, I guess. In order to show my composure, I smiled. Yeah. I couldn't smile. My intense pain runs through me. It didn't seem like blood was stopping, and drops of it fell, and there as I walked, adding new bloodstains to the floor. Hey, you're bleeding.
Hey, you're bleeding a lot. Are you okay?
Uni honestly seemed uneasy. Then Itsumi patted Uni's head gently while smiling. You see, Fuyukawa's son's hand slipped, and this cut happened accidentally.
What, is that true? Or rather, are you Cocoro now?
Yes. Though Itsumi's hand and words made me feel gloomy, I forced a smile on my face. I broke out in a cold sweat with the pain.
How careless of you.
Uni seemed to have accepted what Itsumi was saying. I myself can't accept it at all. The possibility that there's another culprit is too high. But I felt it wouldn't be good if I were to say that out loud. I don't want to provoke the real... Sorry. Don't want to provoke the real culprit, and I don't want to suspect an innocent person. Just like Itsumi said, it isn't good to doubt people when you don't know anything yet. Right now, it's best if I just observe the situation. Hey, can you go get the first aid kit? Itsumi dispensed instructions to Uni and Tori and then set me down. Tori came pattering up to me with the first aid kit. Judging from her panicked appearance, she was probably worried about me as well. Uni was watching at a distance. Perhaps he wasn't good with blood. Wait just a moment, I'm gonna wash my hands. She probably can't do anything to treat me while they're bloody like that. Itsumi trotted over to the sink. Then, as if saying, I'll do it myself, Tori pointed at the tip of her nose. Standing in front of me, she opened the first aid kit. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's nice. God damn it, my pointy, my middle finger of my right hand is so trigger happy. Because I'm so used to Assassin's Creed games where you have to hold down the right mouse button, for me at least, to free run. It's just always pressing the button, and it's annoying. God damn it. Hitori's hand was clumsy. She was struggling to rub the bandage. It got twisted halfway and a puzzled expression like a question mark rose to her face. Still, it was clear that she was trying her best.
Hey, are you alright, Satoru? Cocoro? Are you really okay?
Without looking directly at the word, Uni worried over me. I feel like Uni is not really angry about this as much as he was before. He was really angry that we're saying what Cocoro. On the other hand, Tsumi was behind Hitori cheering on. Do your best, Hitori-chan. I suddenly remembered that out-of-place feeling. Sami called Hitori-chan very naturally, even though her real name was Inabushi Kaiko. Are Hitori and Inabushi Kaiko different enough to fall apart at a single glance? Two personalities in one space. Or is it that only Hitori personality has surfaced lately? Thinking along those lines, an unpleasant thought comes to mind. What if the girl before my eyes who's treating me right now wasn't Hitori, but Inabushi Kaiko? Or maybe Inabushi Kaiko never had DID in the first place, and she was only pretending she did. She had DID from the beginning. Notice my feeling of unrest. Hitori let out a deep breath. The treatment was over before I knew it. My left arm was stiff from the bandage. It was really uneven. That's incredible.
You're not very good at this, huh?
Hitori hung her head in embarrassment. Thank you, Hitori-chan. Hitori smiled slightly at my words. Afterwards, Tsumi wrapped the bandage again correctly, and administered a painkiller. Thanks to that, the pain went way down, except my head became a little foggy. Side effect of the painkiller, most likely. I sat across the sofa and took a deep breath. Tsumi brought me a blanket. Try to get some rest. Yes. Tsumi also sat down on the sofa. Uni and Hitori sat down as well, relief on their faces. I was the one who fixed the power. Aren't I amazing? How bright of you, Uni-kun.
No, it wasn't that big of a deal. Praise me more.
During the conversation, Hitori watched us smiling. Oh? Among those three people is the one who attacked me. It seemed unimaginable while looking at the calm scene like this, but it's certain the culprit is among them. Who was it that attacked me? Why? To what end? During the treatment, they all seemed extremely kind. Everyone wanted as hard as they could to treat me, to treat Satoru with tender care. Underneath the mask of kindness is someone whose true nature is that of a killer. Who should I believe in? I can't trust anyone. I want to trust them, but I can't. There's no certainty. I can't be convinced. I feel like grabbing my head and screaming. Throb. My arm hurt. Even with the painkiller, it pulsed my pain whenever I moved. What would happen to him? What would happen to him if I was killed while in this body, Satoru's? What would become of my existence? What would become of his existence? That anxiety remains inside my head. This world and that world. The newspaper, Uni, Inabushi, the personality transfer. And now there's attempted murder on top of that. There's so many things I don't know.
Hey, Satoru, Cocoro.
It seemed Uni still wasn't used to me being Fuyukawa Cocoro inside Satoru's body. He frowned for a moment from his mistake. What's wrong,
Cocoro?
Once again, he stared into my face.
Hey, you praised me too, Cocoro. I was the one who fixed the power, you know? Isn't that amazing?
Oh, he's asking her to praise him. Seeing Uni's pure and guiltless smile, I hung my head and smiled too. I don't believe that this smiling child is a killer. I don't want to believe it. This place's scars taste like paranoia, I just realized it's called. Well then, swallowing the uneasiness in my mind, I try to act as normal as possible. That is amazing. Right. How did you fix it? Do you have some knowledge of electricity?
I went there and did that, and it was fixed.
So then how did you fix it?
Well, why do you want to know?
Why don't you tell me?
Because I don't want to say.
Uni.
Because...
Hey, Uni-kun, if there's ever another power outage, if we knew how Uni fixed it, we'd be able to deal with it ourselves, right? Please tell us.
I'll give you a hard
candy later. Although I don't have one on me.
I won't be baited by food.
And Tsumi clapped her hands. In that case, I'll make you a cake later. For real?
For real, a cake?
What am I not being baited by food? I smiled bitterly. But still, I was genuinely enjoying this silly conversation. A gentle warmth spread through my distrustful hair, even though the trivial everyday life was only natural until now. Ever since the plane crash, everything's gone mad. I want to go back. Even a moment sooner to those days spent laughing innocently. Uni easily confessed how he had done it. There really wasn't any reason for the power outage. The breaker on the panel had just tripped. It was probably due to the earthquake, was what Asumi guessed. Though Uni had told us that he'd fixed it, he hadn't really done anything, but set the breaker back to how it was. That's why he didn't want to tell us so badly. His having said fixed it was with great confidence when he actually didn't do much. It was probably embarrassing for him. By the way, it seems that there's no whipped cream stored in Sphere, so Uni completely fell for Atsumi's lie. Thanks to that, it was a lot of work soothing Uni out of his bad mood. It seems the panel was in the basement. I was attacked during the power outage with good timing. The power outage wasn't caused by the earthquake, but by human hands. There might be a clue there about my attacker. I went to take a look. The basement felt pleasantly cool. I used the pocket flashlight to examine the inside of the dimly lit room in detail. The switchboard was near the ceiling. I couldn't see it very well from below. Isn't there a footstool or something?
If you step onto a cardboard box, you'll be able to reach it.
A cardboard box feels so unreliable, though. I'll climb up on the cardboard box. I put my foot on the cardboard box and peered into the switchboard. There was nothing particularly suspicious there. The switches were covered in dust, but there was only one with an imprint left by Uni's thin finger. There was no signs that it had been touched by other people. Was the breaker triggered by the earthquake after all? The moment I tried to get down from the cardboard box, thunk, my foot sank into the box. Ah! I, who had lost my balance. Kia! Was thrown to the floor. My injured left arm was hit hard. Ah! The pain made me see stars. A weird scream issued from my mouth. As if to strike the final blow, the cardboard box began to collapse and crush down on me. When it was over, I was pinned underneath them.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. Ow! As Uni helped me up, the pain rendered me briefly unable to speak.
Jeez, you're so clumsy. Are you really 20, Cocoro? Are you sure you're not really a child?
Responding to Uni's lie with a wry smile, I felt a sensation similar to deja vu. I had heard a similar line in the basement of the shelter cabin. Hey, Uni.
What?
I challenged him with the same question. You're not a twin, right? I wonder what the Uni he will answer.
Oh, boy. No, I told you. I told you. I'm not a twin.
You just asked
me that before, right?
My heart jumped, and unintentionally began staring hardly at Uni's face. Before as in when?
Before as in before.
When I asked him what he meant, he only replied with before. Seems that was all he was going to reply with, no matter how many times I replied. Left me with no choice, I changed the question. You really do know who I am, right?
Huh?
You remember Fuyukawa Cocoro, right? Uni's face instantly clouded over.
Yeah.
The tone of his voice was devoid by the energy he'd had just before.
I got on the airplane, and then it crashed. Cocoro was protecting me.
Before I realized I was here.
When I came to, I was in this place. Cocoro wasn't here, and I was really lonely.
Just as I thought.
I was convinced. Hey, is Satoru really Cocoro right now?
Even then, Uni appeared as if he was about to cry. Behind his glasses, his eyes began to grow wet. Poor Uni. A child this small thrown into such an unfair situation. I felt like taking him into my arms. However, I endured it. Because if I hugged him, then I might have started to cry too. Come on, don't start whimpering. You're a boy after all. I unintentionally tried to use a bright tone. Uni's expression grew complex. Fuyukawa Cocoro had entered Yukidoh's Satoru. It was probably too difficult to erase that sense of incompatibility.
I wasn't crying.
As if trying to hide his tears, Uni suddenly turned on his heel and ran up the stairs. Alone inside the now quiet basement, I bit my lip. As I thought, Uni was teleporting. I didn't know if the timing was the same, but there was a high possibility that it was the same cycle as when we changed places. In other words, I never broke contact with this one uni, and another uni never broke contact with Satoru, or maybe there had never been another uni in the first place. This is getting so confusing. It would be better to try to confirm this with Satoru. Since it's him, he may have been able to reach some sort of answer. Satoru, huh? In this situation, no matter what anyone says, the only one I can put my absolute trust in is Satoru. Only Satoru whom I'm unable to see or meet. Hey, what kind of person are you? I touched the bandage wrapped around the left arm. I was certain that Satoru's wound wasn't self-inflicted. There was no reason. It was based on my intuition. My body shivered on remembering the fear I had felt in the darkness. No, that was wrong. There was no way it was a self-inflicted wound. I'm sorry. It looks like I hurt you a bit. I couldn't protect you. As if confirming the presence of its warmth, I silently rubbed my left arm.